One of these clients that we're gonna discuss today, without disclosing any names, they manage around 65,000 units between construction and fee management. So they manage all the assets from leasing, property management, financial accounting, facilities management, portals for tenants, for prospects, as well as for vendors. So when we engage with our client in Abu Dhabi, they used to use different systems for leasing, property management, accounting, facilities management, construction. And the systems were disconnected, right? So they had to do a lot of manual processes to integrate these systems together or the data together. And because they are fee managers, they were suffering in providing an accurate and proper landlord statements that they have to provide on monthly basis or quarterly basis. Also managing this huge portfolio of units, imagine the amount of work orders that have been created on daily basis, right? Around 4,000 work orders that have been created on a daily basis, and the assignment was happening manually, right? To different service providers and different vendors. So when we went through the assessment exercise with them, we showcased our suite of products, and we explained to them how important to have a system in place to digitize the whole process, not only from the leasing or property or asset management, but also from the construction management, and how you can digitize the onboarding process of your vendors, how you manage the interactions with your vendors, whether they are facility management vendors or contractors or subcontractors, online without the need of any human intervention or without the need of any paperwork. And based on the requirement analysis and careful study of the complexity of the project, we decided to go into different phases and to implement rather than having a big bang implementation. The most important part is to have a strong data foundation, right? Because after we have done the study, we realized that there's a lot of errors in data. There was no data integrity, a lot of data duplications, and so on. So the first exercise was to make sure that the client have a strong data foundation, right? Which is clean, accurate, no duplications, and so on. Once we put the master data in our system, and that means projects, properties, tenants, customers, units, vendors, and so on, we started to implement the different solutions from the leasing into property management and facility management, as well as portals. While we did the analysis, we realized that 60% of their processes were manual, on papers or Excel. And they spend a lot of time and a lot of efforts to put all this data together for reporting purposes for the management or for the landlords. And also it was taking them couple of days to generate a landlord statement on monthly basis. So the goal was to have everything paperless, to be able to generate all their trial balances, P&L reports, landlord statements, automatic from the system, even to send it to the landlords without anyone has to go and press any button. We scheduled the system to generate these reports and send it to different landlords as appropriate. Today, our client have a single integrated platform from the construction, defining the projects, defining the contractors and subcontractors, managing the project risks and timelines, doing escalations. And while the properties or the projects are set to be completed, these properties will be migrated to the property management team seamlessly, so you don't have to duplicate data between the projects into the property and asset management. The asset management team will be notified. They start to doing the leasing plans and start to actually list these properties for leasing. Then they manage the full leasing cycle, generate the lease contracts, integrate these lease contracts with Yardi or with Tawfiq, as well doing the lease administration from renewals to terminations. In case for commercial units, you have expansion, you have modification, you have contraction, you have holdover, you have assignment, and so on. Then the billing and the collection and the revenue recognition, also the expense management, how you manage all the work orders and the preventive maintenance schedules across all these properties and across hundreds of service providers, how you manage the SLAs, how you manage the credits for your vendors and service providers, as well as how you allow your tenants to have a complete visibility on their tenancy schedules and payments and service requests through the mobile app, which can be white labeled or which was like white labeled. So today I can say that all the processes are automated. None of the processes are happening offline. Our client, they don't use Excel, they don't use Microsoft Word, they do all the operations through the system. And of course, that helped them, reduce expenses and optimize the property performance and the asset performance, right? So they have more effective team, they focus more on the quality of the services they provide, rather than they focus on the quality and doing the work manually. And that was a key success for us in this region because when you go into different discussions with different clients, and you just ask them, what do you want to achieve? We just need a system for leasing, okay? What you are doing for accounting, for example, or what you are doing for facility management. Oh, we're gonna go with different PropTech solutions. But what they are missing that, having a strong data foundation and having the data integrity in place is way more important than having one of the best PropTech systems and ending up with disparate systems in place.